The laughter hits me first. That particular pitch of forced politeness mixed with judgment that only comes from family. I pause in the doorway of my parents' oversized colonial, gripping the handle of the apple pie I spent 3 hours perfecting this morning. Already, I can feel my carefully applied confidence starting to crack. Inside, the annual Morrison family reunion is in full swing. The familiar scent of my mother's cinnamon potpourri mingles with whatever trendy essential oil my sister Talia is diffusing this week. Voices bounce off the vaulted ceiling, cousins comparing private school choices, aunts trading passive aggressive compliments about weight loss. Lindsay, you finally made it. My mother materializes, pristine in her cream cashmere sweater. Her smile doesn't quite reach her eyes as she takes in my department store blazer. We were just talking about you. That should have been my first warning. In our family, being talked about is never a good thing. I follow her into the great room where conversations pause just a beat too long. My sister Talia holds court by the fireplace, radiant in designer white that probably cost more than my monthly rent. She catches my eye with a smirk that makes my stomach clench. "There's my hard-working sister," she trills. "Tell everyone your big news." Heat creeps up my neck. "Oh, it's not official yet, but I'm up for senior account manager at—" "No, tell them what you told me last week. About the executive promotion?" Talia's eyes gleam. I freeze. I I never said anything about— The laughter starts soft, then builds. My cousin Jaden won't meet my eyes. Even my father, usually lost in his crossword puzzle, is watching with uncomfortable fascination. "Oh, honey," my mother sighs. "Talia was just having a little fun. You didn't actually think they'd make you an executive, did you? In accounting?" The room spins slightly. "What?" "It was just a joke," Talia says, still wearing that perfect smile. "I told everyone how you've been dropping hints about this huge promotion. I mean, it was pretty obvious you were making it up for attention. We all know that's not really your level." Each word lands like a slap. The pie plate slips in my sweating hands as decades of family dynamics crystallize in one horrible moment. Every achievement I've shared, every milestone I've celebrated, they've all been jokes. I'm the punchline they've been laughing at all along. "Lindsay, dear, don't be dramatic." My mother's voice has that edge that always preceded childhood lectures about disappointment. "We're just trying to help you be realistic about your capabilities." I look around the room at these people who are supposed to love me. Aunt Marie hiding her smirk behind her wine glass. Cousin Derek actually recording this on his phone. My father suddenly very interested in his newspaper again. And Talia, beautiful golden child Talia, basking in my humiliation like it's her personal spotlight. Only Jaden looks sick about it. He starts to stand, probably to defend me, but I can't bear his pity right now. "I have to go," I manage, backing away. "I forgot. I have a meeting." "On Sunday?" Talia's laugh tinkles like breaking glass. See what I mean? She can't even lie convincingly. I flee, their amusement following me down the hallway. In the foyer, I fumble with my coat, desperate to escape before the tears start falling. A text lights up my phone, from Brennan at work. "Found something weird in the quarterly audit. Need to talk ASAP. It's about your sister." The message blurs as I stare at it, my hands shaking. All these years of trying to prove myself, of swallowing their subtle cruelty, of believing if I just worked harder they'd finally see me as worthy. But they never will. Because that's not what this is about, is it? I think of Talia's designer outfit, her perfect marriage, her meteoric rise at her investment firm, the golden daughter who can do no wrong. Except, what was that about the audit? My phone buzzes again. "Seriously, Elle, this is big. Your sister's name is all over some very questionable transactions." The tears dry up as something harder takes their place. If they want to treat my life as a joke, fine. But maybe it's time I started looking more closely at their perfect lives, starting with whatever my sister's been hiding behind that flawless facade. I leave the pie on the hall table. They can choke on it for all I care, because I'm done trying to earn a seat at their table. It's time to flip it over instead. I sit in my car outside my childhood home, watching raindrops distort the porch lights into watery stars. The reunion's still going strong inside. I can see shadows moving behind the bay windows, probably gathering for my mother's traditional family photo. The one she'll post on Facebook with some saccharine caption about blessed family bonds. My phone keeps lighting up with messages from Brennan. Each one makes my hands shake worse than the last. These transactions, someone's cooking the books. Need to meet in person, too sensitive for text. This could be serious fraud. I should drive straight to the office. Instead, I find myself walking through the side gate, drawn to the warm glow of the kitchen window. The familiar path feels different now, like I'm trespassing in my own past. Through the glass, I see my mother arranging desserts on her prized silver tray, probably for the photo op. Even from here, I can tell she's switched out my homemade pie for something store-bought and prettier. The back door's never locked. I slip inside, the kitchen's warmth hitting me like a physical blow after the rain. My mother startles, nearly dropping a crystal bowl of berries. Lindsay, I thought you'd gone home to whatever meeting you made up. Why do you do that? The words escape before I can stop them. Why do you have to make everything I do sound pathetic? She sighs, that particular exhale that always made me feel 2 inches tall. Don't start. I won't have you ruining another family gathering with your sensitivity. Another? I laugh, and it sounds strange even to me. When have I ever ruined anything? I'm the one who shows up early to help set up, who remembers everyone's dietary restrictions, who spent 3 hours making a pie you apparently threw away. Store-bought is more reliable. She won't meet my eyes, rearranging cookies with surgical precision. You know how particular Talia's friends are. Talia's friends? Something clicks. This isn't even a family reunion, is it? This is another networking event for her? My mother's silence is answer enough. All those relatives, they're not just family. They're investors, business connections, people Talia needs to impress. And I'm the awkward sister whose very existence threatens her carefully curated image. You could learn from her, you know? My mother's voice goes soft, almost pitying. She understands how to present herself, how to make the right connections, instead of hiding in that dreary accounting department, counting other people's money. The irony of her words hits me like a punch to the gut. If Brennan's right, Talia's been doing a lot more than counting money. What would you say? I ask carefully. If I told you Talia might not be exactly who you think she is? For the first time, my mother looks directly at me. Something flickers behind her eyes. Fear? Don't. Don't what? Don't try to tear down your sister just because you're jealous. It's beneath you, Lindsay. Or maybe it isn't anymore. The casual cruelty steals my breath. In the living room, I hear Talia's laugh, bright and false as fool's gold. My phone buzzes again, Brennan sending another urgent message about needing to meet. You're right, I say, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Maybe it is beneath me. But you know what's really beneath me? Pretending everything's fine while you treat me like some embarrassing family secret. I'm done performing for your approval. I turn to leave, but her words follow me. If you do anything to hurt your sister's reputation, don't bother coming back. In the hallway, I pause by the family photos lining the wall. Years of carefully staged moments. Talia's graduations, awards, engagement. I'm in some of them, always slightly out of focus, like the camera itself couldn't quite be bothered with me. But there's one. I step closer, squinting at a picture from last Christmas. Behind Talia's perfect smile, her laptop screen is visible. And those numbers. My phone buzzes one final time. Brennan. Found the smoking gun. Meeting tomorrow, 8 a.m.? I text back a single word. Yes. Outside, the rain has stopped. Through the front window, I watch my family gather for their photo, arranging themselves around Talia like planets around their sun. My mother was right about one thing. I won't be coming back. Not until I've exposed exactly what kind of star they've been orbiting. I start my car, already planning tomorrow's meeting. They wanted to make my life a joke? Fine. But I've got a feeling nobody will be laughing when this punchline hits. Monday morning hits different when you're about to destroy your sister's life. I arrive at the office an hour early, watching sunrise paint the downtown buildings in shades of gold that remind me too much of Talia's perfect highlight. Brennan's already waiting in the conference room, his usual crisp appearance rumpled like he's been up all night. Spreadsheets cover the table, and his laptop shows complex financial diagrams I barely understand. You look like hell, I say, setting down coffee for both of us. Wait till you see this. He pulls up a file. Your sister's firm has been running a sophisticated pump and dump scheme. They're artificially inflating stock values, then selling before the crash. Classic fraud, but the numbers are massive. I lean closer, my accounting brain kicking in despite the emotional storm. And Talia's involved? She's not just involved, she's orchestrating it. He points to a series of transactions. These are her authorization codes. She's been doing this for years, Lindsay. Millions in investor funds just gone. The room spins slightly. I think of all those networking events at my parents' house. All those family friends investing their savings, trusting the golden child who could do no wrong. There's more, Brennan says quietly. Look who some of these investors are. I scan the list, my heart stopping at familiar names. Aunt Marie's retirement fund, Cousin Derek's college savings for his kids, even Jaden's startup capital. They're going to lose everything, I whisper. They already have. These accounts are empty. Your sister's probably planning her exit strategy now. My phone buzzes. Speaking of the devil, a text from Talia. We need to talk. Lunch today? I show Brennan the message. His face goes pale. She knows we're looking into this. Someone must have tipped her off. What do we do? He runs a hand through his disheveled hair. Officially, report it to the SEC, but they'll take months to investigate. By then, she'll be gone with the money. I finish his thought. My family's money. My cousin's children's futures. There might be another way. A new voice makes us both jump. Devin from legal stands in the doorway, holding a manila envelope. Sorry, couldn't help overhearing. I've been tracking similar cases. I've always liked Devin. He has kind eyes and that rare quality of actually listening when people talk. Now those eyes are serious as he spreads photos across the table. Your sister's been meeting with this man. He taps a surveillance photo. He specializes in creating new identities, helping people disappear. My coffee turns to acid in my stomach. When? Last meeting was yesterday, right after your family gathering. The pieces click together with sickening clarity. That's why she orchestrated my humiliation. She needed a distraction, something to keep the family focused on poor, pathetic Lindsay while she prepared her vanishing act. I have a friend at the Journal, Devin says carefully. If we take this to him now, today, it hits the morning edition, before she can run. That would destroy her, I say automatically, years of protective big sister instinct kicking in. She's already destroyed herself, Brennan counters. Question is, are you going to let her destroy everyone else too? My phone buzzes again. Talia. Come on, sis. Important family matter to discuss. Don't make me tell Mom you're being difficult again. The familiar manipulation hits differently now. All those years of subtle undermining, of using our parents' disappointment as a weapon. But this time, she's not just attacking me. She's preparing to rob our entire family blind. Give me your friend's number, I tell Devin. But first I need to have lunch with my sister. They both stare at me. Are you crazy? Brennan hisses. She'll know something's up. Exactly. I gather the evidence into my bag, hands steady despite my racing heart. She thinks I'm still the same pushover she can manipulate. Time to show her how wrong she is. Be careful, Devin warns. People who feel cornered. I know. I manage a smile that feels more like baring teeth. But she forgot something important. She taught me everything I know about wearing masks. I text back, lunch sounds perfect, sis. Can't wait to catch up. The response is immediate. Wonderful. LeBlanc at 1, my treat. Of course it's her treat. She's paying with stolen money after all. I stare at my reflection in the conference room window, practicing Talia's signature everything's perfect smile. Game on, little sister. Let's see who's really been paying attention all these years. LeBlanc's lunch crowd drips old money and corporate power. Exactly Talia's scene. I spot her at a corner table, wearing cream silk that probably costs more than my monthly salary. My Target blazer feels like a costume in comparison. Lindsay. She air kisses my cheek, her perfume expensive and suffocating. I ordered us champagne. We're celebrating. I slide into my seat, noting the exits, the security cameras, the witnesses. What are we celebrating? My promotion, of course. Her smile is radiant. I'm being made partner, the youngest in the firm's history. Partner, while her clients' accounts bleed dry. I take a slow sip of champagne, letting the bubbles mask my disgust. Congratulations. When's the announcement? Next week, though. She leans forward, voice dropping conspiratorially. I might not be around for it. Marcus and I are planning an extended vacation, very extended. My hand tightens on the stem of my glass. Where to? Oh, somewhere without extradition treaties. She laughs like it's a joke. Maybe it would be, if I hadn't seen those documents this morning. Actually, that's what I wanted to discuss. I have a business opportunity for you. The waiter arrives with our salads. Talia orders hers with dressing on the side, always in control, even of something this small. I need someone I can trust to handle some paperwork while I'm away, she continues once we're alone. Just signing a few things, maintaining some accounts. The compensation would be significant. Understanding hits like a punch to the gut. She's not just running, she's setting me up to take the fall. Why me? I keep my voice neutral, spearing a cherry tomato. Because you're family. Her hand reaches across the table to squeeze mine. And because I know how much you struggle with money, this could change your life. The worst part? 5 years ago, I might have fallen for it. Might have been so desperate for her approval that I'd have signed anything she put in front of me. Like you changed Aunt Marie's life? The words slip out before I can stop them. Or Cousin Derek's? Her smile doesn't waver, but something cold flickers in her eyes. I don't know what you mean. I think you do. I pull out my phone, showing her one of Brennan's spreadsheets. The numbers don't lie, Talia, even if you do. For a moment, her mask cracks. Fear, anger, and something like respect flash across her face. Then the perfect smile returns. Those numbers can be explained. But more importantly, she leans closer, voice honey sweet. Think carefully about what exposing them would do to our family, to Mom and Dad's reputation, to your career. My career? Who do you think will hire an accountant who turned in her own sister, who betrayed family loyalty? Her laugh tinkles like breaking glass. Besides, who would believe you over me? The sister who's always been, what did Mom call it, oversensitive? Each word lands like a slap, but not for the reasons she thinks. I'm not hurt by the manipulation. I'm angry at myself for not seeing it sooner, for letting her weaponize my insecurities all these years. You're right, I say, standing. Who would believe me? Relief floods her face. I knew you'd understand. Now about those papers. But they might believe him. I nod toward the man entering the restaurant. Zuriel, Devon's journalist contact, right on schedule. He's very interested in understanding exactly how you made partner so young. Talia's face goes white. You didn't. Actually, I did. And that's not all I did. I drop a USB drive on the table. Copies of everything went to the SEC this morning. Turns out being the overlooked sister makes it really easy to gather evidence. No one notices the accountant in the corner, do they? She grabs my arm as I turn to leave, nails digging in. You can't do this. We're family. Funny. I gently remove her hand. That excuse doesn't work on me anymore. Mom and Dad will never forgive you. Maybe not. I meet her eyes, feeling strangely calm, but I forgive myself for every time I let you make me feel small, for every time I chose family loyalty over doing what's right. Zuriel is making his way toward our table, notebook in hand. Talia's perfect composure is crumbling by the second. One more thing, I say, dropping cash for my untouched salad. I'm not oversensitive. I'm just finally done pretending not to see who you really are. I walk out of LeBlanc into bright sunshine, leaving my sister to face the consequences of her actions. My phone is already buzzing with messages. No doubt the family grapevine spreading the news. Let them talk. I'm done being the punchline of their jokes. Time to write my own story. The first headline breaks at 3 p.m. Rising finance star implicated in multi-million-dollar fraud. By 4 p.m., my phone has 37 missed calls. By 5 p.m., I'm sitting in my apartment watching my sister's perfect life unravel on live TV. A knock at my door makes me jump. Lindsay, it's Jaden. Please open up. I consider pretending I'm not home, but his voice carries that same raw edge I remember from childhood fights, when he was the only one who'd stand up for me. He looks exhausted when I open the door, his usually immaculate suit wrinkled. You could have warned me. Would you have believed me? Yes. His immediate response surprises us both. I've never trusted Talia. Not since we were kids, and she blamed you for breaking Grandma's vase. I let him in, watching as he takes in my apartment, the stack of evidence files, the half-empty wine glass, the news playing silently on my laptop. They're saying she's already gone, he says quietly. Private jet to somewhere without extradition. She won't get far. I pull up an email from Devon. The feds froze her accounts an hour ago. That's not what I came to talk about. Jaden sits heavily on my couch. Your parents are destroying themselves. Your mom. I've never seen her like this. The guilt I've been suppressing all day rises like bile. How bad? She collapsed when the reporter showed up. Your dad's with her at the hospital. Stress-induced panic attack. He meets my eyes. They're asking for you. To yell at me, disown me, tell me I've ruined the family name? To understand why their daughter didn't come to them first. The laugh that escapes me sounds bitter even to my own ears. When have they ever listened to me? Really listened, not just waited for their chance to tell me how I'm doing everything wrong? Maybe they're ready to listen now. My phone buzzes. Another news alert. They've found evidence linking Talia to 3 more fraudulent schemes. The amount stolen has doubled. My stomach churns as I read familiar names among the victims. Oh God. I sink onto the couch beside Jaden. Your startup money. I'm so sorry. Don't. He touches my hand gently. You didn't steal it. You tried to save it. But I waited too long. I knew something was wrong for weeks, but I kept doubting myself, thinking maybe I was just jealous like they always said. You exposed the truth. That's what matters. My laptop pings with an incoming email from Talia's personal account, sent from an unknown location. My hands shake as I open it. Congratulations, sis. You finally grew a spine. But ask yourself, was it worth it? Mom's in the hospital, Dad's reputation is ruined, and our whole family is being torn apart. All because you couldn't handle being the disappointing daughter. Hope you're proud of yourself. Love, T. Jaden reads over my shoulder, his jaw tightening. Don't let her manipulate you. Not again. But what if she's right? What if I did this out of jealousy or revenge? Does it matter? He turns my chair to face him. The money she stole was real. The lives she ruined were real. Your motives don't change that. Another ping, this time from an unknown number. A video attachment. I click play before I can stop myself. It's security footage from LeBlanc. I watch myself confront Talia, but from this angle I can see something I missed in the moment. As I walk away, her mask completely shatters. For just a second, raw fear and something like regret cross her face. Then she pulls out her phone and makes a call, hands trembling. That was right before she tried to run. Jaden says softly, You did that. You made her face reality, maybe for the first time in her life. My doorbell rings before I can respond. Through the peephole, I see my father standing there, looking older than I've ever seen him. Lindsay, his voice cracks. Please, your mother's asking for you. Jaden squeezes my shoulder. Whatever you decide, I'm with you. I look at the paused video, at my sister's moment of truth. Then at the door, behind which waits my chance to either heal or permanently break my family. Okay, I whisper, reaching for the handle. Let's see if they're really ready to listen. Because that's the thing about truth. Once it starts spilling out, you can't choose which parts people hear. You can only hope they're strong enough to handle all of it. The hospital corridor stretches endlessly, my heels clicking against sterile tiles. My father walks slightly ahead, shoulders hunched like he's carrying physical weight. We haven't spoken since leaving my apartment. What is there to say after decades of silence? Room 415. My mother looks small in the hospital bed, her perfect makeup finally stripped away. The machine's steady beeping feels like an accusation. Lindsay, her voice is hoarse. Come to see what you've done? I almost turn around, but Jaden's hand on my back keeps me moving forward. I came because you asked for me. Asked for you? She laughs weakly. I asked for my daughter, not whatever you've become. I'm still your daughter. That's why I had to stop her. Stop her, my father finally speaks. You destroyed her. The police were at our house, Lindsay. Reporters. Our friends won't even take our calls. Because of what Talia did, not me. You could have handled it privately. My mother's fingers twist her blanket. Within the family. Instead, you chose to humiliate us all. Privately? The word tastes bitter. Like how you privately mocked my career, or privately set me up as the family joke. We were trying to protect you. My father's outburst startles us all. You were always so sensitive, so eager to please. Talia was stronger. Stronger? I pull out my phone, bringing up the evidence files. Look at these numbers. Really look. That's Aunt Marie's retirement fund. Empty. Derek's kids' college savings. Gone. Is that strength? They stare at the screen, reality finally cracking their denial. She said she was investing it. My mother's voice shrinks. She promised returns. She lied. She's been lying for years. And you let her because it was easier than admitting your perfect daughter was a fraud. The machines beep in the silence that follows. Outside, a nurse pushes a cart past, wheels squeaking. Did you know, I say quietly, that she tried to set me up to take the fall? She invited me to lunch today to trick me into signing documents that would have made me legally responsible. My mother closes her eyes. My father sits heavily in the visitor's chair. We didn't, he starts. No, I finish. Or didn't want to know. My phone buzzes. Devin calling. I step into the hallway to answer. They found her. His voice is urgent. Talia, she's holed up at some luxury resort upstate. FBI's moving in tonight. My heart stutters. She'll run again. Not if someone she trusts convinces her to surrender first. Understanding hits. No, I can't. Lindsay, listen. If she runs now, that money's gone forever. But if she turns herself in, makes a deal. She won't listen to me. I'm the enemy now. You're her sister. His voice softens. And you're the only one she knows. She can't manipulate anymore. I look back through the doorway. My parents huddle together, looking lost and old and human. All their illusions shattered in a single day. Text me the address, I hear myself say. Back in the room, my mother reaches for my hand. I let her take it, feeling calluses beneath her expensive manicure. Where are you going? She asks. To finish this, the right way. Lindsay, my father stands. Whatever she did, she's still your sister. I know. I squeeze my mother's hand once before letting go. That's why I have to try one last time to save her. From herself, if nothing else. Jaden appears in the doorway. I'm driving. No. I straighten my blazer, check my phone's battery. I need to do this alone. Then I'll wait here. He looks at my parents. We all will. My mother's voice stops me at the door. Lindsay, I'm sorry for not seeing you. It's not enough. Not yet. But it's a start. I know, Mom. I manage a small smile. Maybe when this is over, we can all try seeing each other a little more clearly. The hospital corridor doesn't seem quite so long on the way out. My phone guides me upstate, where my sister waits with her stolen millions and broken dreams. One last confrontation. One last chance to choose between family loyalty and doing what's right. This time, maybe I can do both. The Lake Grove Resort looms against the darkening sky, all glass and modern angles. My rental car's GPS shows I beat the FBI by 30 minutes. Enough time for one last conversation between sisters. The front desk clerk barely glances at me. I've worn my best Talia impression like armor. All confident smile and entitled attitude. Room 842, your sister's expecting you. Of course she is. She's always been 3 steps ahead. The elevator rises smoothly, carrying me toward what feels like destiny. In my pocket, my phone vibrates with updates from Devin about FBI positions, contingency plans, worst-case scenarios. I silence it. This moment belongs to us alone. Talia opens the door before I knock. She's traded her designer clothes for yoga wear, but her makeup is still perfect. Always camera ready, even now. I wondered when you'd show up. She steps aside, letting me enter the luxurious suite. Drink? The minibar's excellent, though I suppose you're more concerned about who's paying for it. You know why I'm here. To gloat, she pours herself something amber and expensive. To see the mighty fallen? Or did they send you to talk me into surrendering? They don't know I'm here. That gets her attention. She studies me over her glass, really looks at me maybe for the first time in years. Then why are you? Because under all this, I gesture at the wealth surrounding us. You're still my little sister, the one who used to crawl into my bed during thunderstorms. Don't. Her voice cracks slightly. Don't pretend this is about protecting me. You destroyed everything I built. You destroyed it yourself. I just exposed the truth. The truth? She laughs bitterly. The truth is, I was never going to be enough for them either. Not really. Every achievement had to be bigger, more impressive. Every success needed to shine brighter than the last. So you started faking the shine. I made it real. Her glass slams down. The money was real. The influence was real. Everyone won. Investors got their returns. The firm grew, our family's status, until it all fell apart. I stepped closer. How long did you think you could keep juggling? Keep moving money around to hide the holes? Long enough to disappear. She moves to the window, staring out at the gathering darkness. I had it all planned. New identity, new life. I was even going to send money back once I was safe. Make everyone whole again. You really believe that? I had to believe something. Her composure finally shatters. Do you know what it's like, being their perfect child? The golden daughter who can't make mistakes? Who has to succeed no matter what? Actually, I do. I touch her shoulder gently. I watched you carry that weight our whole lives. But Talia, you don't have to anymore. She shrugs off my hand. Easy for you to say. You're the hero now. The whistleblower who exposed the corrupt sister. I'm not a hero. I'm just finally being honest. About you, about them, about myself. I check my phone, 15 minutes left. And now I'm being honest about this. They're coming for you, soon. Her spine stiffens. I can still run. To where? Another hotel? Another identity? Always looking over your shoulder, never trusting anyone? I move between her and the door. Or you can face this. Make it right. Show them. Show everyone who you really are under all the perfect masks. It's too late. It's not. Not if you choose to stop running. Sirens wail in the distance, growing closer. Talia's hands shake as she sets down her glass. They'll hate me, she whispers. Maybe, for a while, but we're family. Real family, not the perfect image we pretended to be. I hold out my hand. Let me help you through this. Like I should have helped you before it went this far. She stares at my offered hand. The sirens are very close now. Red and blue lights begin to flash against the windows. I'm scared, she admits, sounding young and vulnerable. I know. Me too. I keep my hand steady. But we can be scared together. For a moment, I think she'll run. I see the impulse flash across her face. Then slowly, she reaches out and takes my hand. Okay, she whispers. Okay. We stand together as footsteps thunder down the hall. In the last seconds before they breach the door, Talia squeezes my hand. I'm sorry, she says, for everything. I know, I squeeze back. Me too. The door bursts open, flooding the room with light and noise. But we don't let go. Not this time. Because sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stop pretending to be strong. Sometimes the truest victory is admitting you've lost. And sometimes, just sometimes, sisters can save each other by finally being real. The courtroom feels smaller than I expected. No dramatic high ceilings or imposing architecture, just a plain room where lives change forever. Talia sits at the defendant's table, wearing a simple black dress instead of her usual designer armor. She looks young, vulnerable, real. I'm not supposed to be here for the sentencing. Family members usually wait outside. But when Talia asked me to stay, her lawyer didn't object. Maybe he saw something in our matching stubborn chins, our mirrored way of squaring our shoulders against bad news. The judge shuffles papers, peers over reading glasses. Before pronouncing sentence, does the defendant wish to make a statement? Talia stands. Her hands shake slightly as she unfolds a paper, then stops. Puts it down, looks directly at the victim's section where our family sits. I prepared a speech, she says, about remorse and redemption and making amends. But that would be another performance, wouldn't it? Another perfect role to play. She takes a deep breath. The truth is uglier. I stole from people who trusted me because I was terrified of being ordinary, of disappointing everyone who expected miracles. I hurt people I love because I couldn't admit I was drowning in those expectations. Our mother makes a small sound. I resist the urge to turn around. I can't undo what I did, Talia continues, but I can stop pretending. Stop hiding behind fake success and start doing the hard work of being real. Even if real means being flawed, being wrong, being. Her voice cracks slightly. Being someone who needs help sometimes. The judge nods slowly, pronounces the sentence 8 years, possibility of parole in 5 with restitution. Less than expected, more than hoped. I watch my sister absorb the news without flinching. Outside, autumn's sun bathes the courthouse steps in golden light. Our parents hover uncertainly until Talia waves them over. Their hug is awkward but genuine. I'll visit, our mother promises, every week. Maybe. Talia glances at me. Maybe we can all visit, together? I'd like that, I say, surprising myself by meaning it. The bailiffs appear to take her away, but before they can, Talia pulls me aside. There's something you need to know, she whispers. Check the hidden folder on my laptop. Password is Thunder Sisters. Remember from when we were kids? There's proof about Marcus. He wasn't just my partner in the firm. My breath catches. He was behind it all? Not all, but enough that he shouldn't get away clean while I take the fall. She smiles grimly. Consider it my last gift as the family overachiever. The bailiffs step closer. Talia straightens her shoulders. Take care of them, she says. And yourself. Especially yourself. I watch them lead her away. This stranger who's somehow both my sister and not my sister anymore. My phone buzzes. Devin, probably with news about the Marcus investigation. But that can wait. Coffee? I ask my parents. I know a place nearby. The cafe is small, nothing like my mother's usual spots. But she doesn't comment on the mismatched mugs or the barista's tattoos. Instead, she asks about my work. Actually asks, not just waits to criticize. I'm proud of you, my father says suddenly, for doing the right thing, even when it hurt. Even when it hurt us, my mother adds quietly. I haven't been fair to you, either of you. No, I agree. But maybe we can all learn to do better. My phone buzzes again. This time it's Jaden. Heard about the sentence, you okay? I look at my parents, really look at them. See the gray in my father's hair, the worry lines around my mother's eyes. See them seeing me. Maybe for the first time. Yes, I text back. I think I am. Because here's the truth about family. Sometimes love means letting the perfect facade crack. Sometimes strength means admitting weakness. And sometimes the biggest joke is thinking we had to pretend to be flawless in the first place. I take another sip of coffee, letting the bitter warmth ground me in this moment. Tomorrow I'll check Talia's laptop, start unraveling Marcus's web, face whatever new challenges come. But right now, in this imperfect cafe with my imperfect family, I'm exactly where I need to be. No masks, no pretense. Just us. Finally learning to see each other clearly. And maybe that's the best promotion of all.